who perhaps want to know more about Manipur itself. First, take a look at the demography and then the flashpoints. The demography is simply this. The Meiteis are largely a Hindu community, mostly based in the plains in and around Imphal. They are 57% of the state's population, but account for about 10 to 15% of the land area in the Imphal Valley. The Naga and Kuki tribes are largely Christian. They're 37% of the state's population, but they account for about 85% of the land area, and they enjoy scheduled tribe status. Now, what are the flashpoints that have taken place? Now, the High Court ordered the inclusion of the Meiteis last month in the ST list as scheduled tribes. The Kuki tribals believe that as a result, they will lose out. They don't want the Meiteis to be included in the SC list. There's also the problem of illegal immigrants, migrants, which Mr. Pillai explained, crossing over from Myanmar, which is also strife-torn. They are settling in the hills as tribals. Meitei say this migration from Myanmar will alter the state's demography. You've also got poppy cultivation taking place in some parts, which again is leading to friction between tribals and non-tribal groups. So, Binalakshmi, Nepram, how do you explain what's happened in the last few days? We thought Manipur was limping towards normalcy, was relatively peaceful when elections took place last year. Now these old fault lines re-emerging. Who do you hold accountable?
Yes, first of all, Rajdeep, our hearts are broken. We mourn with the families whose so many innocent 60 lives have been lost, 1,700 houses burned. For the last 5 days, we have been absolutely heartbroken and strongly condemn the violence. This is a very new case of what I call violent extremism. Violent extremism reeling its head in Manipur right again. Yes, Manipur has been seeing fault lines, but Manipur has been a land of diversity, of diverse communities living side by side for decades, for centuries. And why this flashpoint, Rajdeep? It's very, very clear. Right now, I've been conducting research in this area, working with women groups for the last 20 years of my life. Right now, common people want to live in peace. Common people across ethnic divides. This is a conflict engineered, and I say engineered by a few which are close to guns, drugs, and political power. I repeat this. This is a conflict engineered by a few. Let's remember that next year is general elections. We have been seeing so much of violent extremist groups coming up in Manipur in the past 1 to 2 years, who have been talking about how to protect. So yes, there are serious concerns in the hills of Manipur, how they have been discriminated, mistreated, and as Mr. Pillai said, we have a lot to do. But what is also critical is the fact that many indigenous communities, the word tribal, non-tribal, all these, again, are the fault lines of the remnants of colonial rule, in which divide and rule has been led to many of our communities. Rajdeep, today, Naga, Kuki, Meitei, Assamese, and we do not understand each other because the history of each other has never been in the textbooks of the region or the country. I have been advocating the need for understanding by sharing truth-telling, by sharing our concerns, but neither the government, neither in the center nor the state listen to the voices of women, of scholars in our region.
Ma'am, you are saying it is engineered. What explains the fact that Meiteis and Kukis have been killing each other? I mean, who is engineering it? Are you telling me these are outsiders? Are you telling me that these are who are the individuals? Citizens are being killed. Who is responsible?
This is why I'm saying those who are connected with gun running, drug trafficking, and those who are close to power have engineered this violence, Rajdeep. Because
you're saying ordinary citizens do not want it. You're saying ordinary Kukis, ordinary Meiteis, ordinary Nagas do not.
No.
You're not telling me that the quotas that were given to Meiteis are responsible for this. Kukis are angry that Meiteis are going to get benefits that were otherwise they hoped to get.
Yes, as you see, India and parts of Manipur, many parts, we are living under democracy. Anyone, if they have a right, they want to demand something, they can go to the right authorities. And then whoever are the authorities decide through a due process. We cannot take law into our own hands. Manipur has not seen, protest where many of our armed groups, so this is what's happening. Many of our armed groups have been what we call underground cadres. They've been hiding in the hills, they've been hiding across the border. But on the 3rd, for the first time, armed men with AK-47 and 56 rifles were in the rally. We're in the rally in which the burning end started, which has resulted in a panic and resulting in mob violence.